Hello everybody, it's me, Dana. I hope I got... Hello everybody, it's me, Dana. I just wanted to come online and say hi. It's been a while. I have not been doing very well. I wasn't feeling good. I've been feeling really good since before Christmas. So this full moon coming finally to fullness, and then that energy releases, right? It's the build up to the full moon. Sometimes that's really intense pressure for me. So as soon as the full moon gets here, it's like, whoo, and I feel better. And so the day after is actually even better, right? And well, I wanted to say something about that. It'll come back. Anyways, oh, it's Friday the 13th. And I love Friday the 13th. I always have. 13, I've always loved the number. So, anyways, I want to do a quick little reading for you. So I'm going to show you 3 paintings and pick which one you're most drawn to. And then from there, I'll pull 3 cards and you'll see what your message is. So... here's the first painting. Just turning it to different angles because they look different as you turn them. So that's number 1. More blues and greens in that one. So that's the second one. Or this one. So 3. 2. Telling me to hold it up. Closer. And number 1. Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to grab the cards. So this reading I wanted to do, I'm going to pull 3 cards from my past life oracle deck, and I'm going to pull 3 cards from the Earth Magic deck. So if you're having some issues maybe with someone and you can't seem to figure out what the problem is, maybe there's maybe your soul and that soul have some past life issue. Okay, and having this information can sometimes just be helpful in helping us to just let it go, right? You know, sometimes it just doesn't make sense why some people just don't like you, and there really is not a really good reason. And sometimes we just don't care for somebody, and we really don't have a very significant reason. It reminds me of a song I heard years ago. Oh, I can hear it in my head. She's like, you know, I don't care. I just don't like her. Like I hate her. It's a country song, I believe. Oh, I can the lady's name will come to me. She also sings another favorite song of mine. I hope you always feel big by the ocean, or feel small by the ocean. Anyways, if I can't think of it while we're here live, I will post it in the comments later. All right, so first card. So if you were drawn to the first painting, second card, and for those who were drawn to the third painting. So I'd appreciate everyone leaving comments and letting me know if this is helpful or resonates with you. And so who knows what the Earth Magic deck will have to say for us, right? There's all sorts of people doing all sorts of readings out there, and you know, if you listen to one and it really resonates with you and it speaks to you loudly, then that's the one just to go with. You don't have to go on and keep listening to, 400 other ones. One question that most people will come up with is how can somebody do a reading for everybody? Well, the truth is it won't be for everybody. It'll be for the people who are drawn to it. And, there's millions of things on the internet to choose from. There's millions of people on the planet. There's all sorts of places to go. But you are drawn to certain things. Some of your siblings or family members or friends might have very radical differences in the things that they're drawn to. You may have a few things in common, but, and then you spend some time with somebody and you're like, they'll say something that they really like or they're interested in, and you're like, what? I can't believe you like that, or you're interested in that, or I've never heard of such a thing, or whatever. And this is where we have a bit of a problem. This card's jumping out, so I'm going to put that with number 1. And that can definitely is something we need to adjust, because we're all different. How about getting curious and interested and, inquisitive about another person's view or interest, rather than, automatically attacking the person just because their interests aren't 100% the same as yours. It would be a pretty darn boring planet if we were all the same now, wouldn't it? Okay. So, I'll go there. Okay. So I'm going to need the guidebook for these ones because they have very specific messages in these cards. If I'm trying to give you more of a message to go along with it, then absolutely I will. So, for those of you who are drawn to the first painting, okay, that one. High Priest or Priestess is the card that came up. Let's have a look. I'm liking the sound of that one. Sounds like had some powerful gifts from past life, and perhaps you've carried them forward. You probably already know that you were a high priest or high priestess during one or more prior lifetimes. Most people who have held those roles have a conscious sense of it. You've also retained your heightened spiritual knowledge, which this card is urging you to put into great practice, or greater practice. Okay, so you've been kind of toeing around or dipping your toe into it, but this card's calling you to dive a little deeper. It's time for you to reignite your spiritual power and use it in service of your divine mission of healing, teaching, and helping the world. This card urges you to release any insecurities you may have about your spiritual abilities or any fears about others knowing your beliefs. This is the big, huge releasing that a lot of us are still, we still got some shards of it left in us that we have to let go. We're releasing, we're healing, and the key part of that is letting go, forgiving all the things and events and people, places, and things that happen to us in the past of this life and past lives. Anything that's preventing you from shining. We can't shine when we're busy shitting on somebody else, now can we? Nobody looks very shiny when they're shitting. I gotta tell you, it's just the way it is. So that's kind of interesting. The card that come up with that, the Earth Magic card that come up for you is Volcano, Volatility. So perhaps we get a little, and we blow up over things. Things that have been suppressed eventually get expressed. Oh, you may have thought you just, doesn't bother me, it doesn't bother me. Maybe some things have been bothering you. Okay, volcano. Pele is the goddess who lives on the big island of Hawaii. I've been to the big island of Hawaii, and I felt Madame Pele. I did not know it to the extent at the time. Like, I wasn't aware of a lot of the stuff that I'm aware of now when I was there. But, I just felt the power of that volcano. And they have stories about Madame Pele there. And when you read them, it's just, whoa, you just get this shudder right through you. It's like, yeah, don't mess with her. Dwelling there in the craters of the active volcano Kilauea. She's considered passionate, volatile, and capricious, and is perhaps the best known of the panoply of Hawaiian deities. Since 1983, she has been sending ribbons of lava down the mountainside and into the sea, thereby creating new land. It's fascinating. I saw it creating, it was erupting there. They tell you, the steam comes up and they go, careful, you might walk right off the edge and into the ocean. It's you're walking around on a live volcano. It's you gotta do it. It's something to experience. In this image, we see her subtle visage in the spewing fire of the volcano. In ancient Hawaiian chants, Pele is described as she who shapes the sacred land, and it's from this magnificent and powerful goddess being and her periodic eruptions that new earth is formed as the resulting lava merges with her sister, the goddess of the sea. Namamaka o Kahihi. Namaka ho Kahi. The volatile and unpredictable nature of the volcanic eruptions is widely known, and in spite of science efforts at forecasting these blow-ups, they sometimes happen without warning. Whether the eruptions are slow and steady or violent and explosive, it's an unstoppable force in one very dramatic way nature changes and shapes the land. This is a particularly volatile time for you. Unexpected changes, sometimes quite sudden and dramatic, are occurring in ways that you have absolutely no control over. These occurrences may be so powerful as to shake up what you formerly thought of as the foundations of your security. They may even cause you to reassess the direction your life is taking, to question some of your relationships, or to reevaluate the work you have chosen. Although these events may rock your world, know that Spirit is the guiding force behind them. It's a matter of finding your trust that life knows what it is doing in the midst of these storms of change. It also requires you to make adjustments quickly and not to cling to what was. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Kind of goes with the ending of 2016 and the starting of 2017. We're in a beginning month of a beginning year, right? It also requires you to make adjustments quickly and not to cling to what was, but instead move forward and welcome with your arms wide open what is yet to come. All from a place of being present in this moment. You truly have nothing to fear. That's the number one thing to get over is fear. Fear that of change. Because there's change coming. Change. And it's better to be excited. It's kind of like a surprise birthday party. You don't know when it's coming or where or why. Right? Okay. If you chose the second painting, or were drawn to it, transportation is the card that came up for you in the past life deck. So let's see what that has to say. That says transportation. This card signifies that you had intense experiences involving transportation in your prior lifetimes. This is especially true if you presently have phobias related to airplanes, cars, and so on. And these fears don't dissipate as a result of getting traditional counseling or hypnotherapy. In those cases, you likely suffered a traumatic past life event in some type of vehicle, which has caused you to lose trust in it. You may have been involved in the invention of a form of transportation or related to technology, and that knowledge wants to serve you in this lifetime. This includes those who lived during the time of Atlantis, when transportation was fueled by solar and crystal power. Your life purpose may involve reawakening the knowledge of alternative modes of transportation, which could be environmentally beneficial to our world at this time. Interesting. Perhaps there's something you need to share with the world. Maybe you think it's all in your head and it's just crazy. Well, it's not crazy. The card from the Earth Magic deck that came up for you is dance, celebration. So maybe they go together. Maybe you share your knowledge and then you have reason for celebration. But I recommend dance right now, like you are celebrating the biggest celebration of your life. Dancing is magical. It's magical. It's so, cultures all over the world dance. It's a very significant part of celebration, is it not? Do you not feel fantastic and fabulous when you've been dancing? Put on a song, just one song. and dance every day. If you do that, and you know what? This is, it is so key to helping you open up some of your other gifts. Because you get those hips moving. You gotta get those hips moving. Because that gets your center of gravity moving. Your center. Your center. Get centered. Get grounded. It's so important. Think of the figure 8. Make a figure 8 with your hips. Visualize infinity. Because that's the infinity signal, right? Or symbol. The figure 8. Make that shape with your hips, right? That's the key to doing the hula dance. To make a figure 8 with their hips. One foot, take one hip, move it towards the front, and then back. And then you thrust the other hip forward, and then back. That's the key to opening up your psychic center and to losing weight, to feeling great, is to dance, celebrate. This is very, very important. The key that I chose, and when I lost weight years ago, I said I'm going to use the law of attraction. Okay, I had read The Secret, and then I listened to The Secret, and then I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to give this a whirl. It says I can do this, and I believed it. So I said, I'm going to use this to lose weight. I didn't go on a diet. I've never gone on a diet. Up and down with weight and self-esteem, depression, anxiety, different points, and really struggled with that throughout my life. So I knew what I'm talking about. So I just decided that I could do this, and I got up every day, and I had a full-length mirror, and my self-esteem and my self-looks and my body weight, I believe I was about 165 pounds at the time. I'm not very tall, so that's a lot of weight, and it wasn't muscle. No. So, but I looked in that mirror every morning, and I said my chant. I looked in the mirror, eye to eye, and I danced like I was sexy and fine, and that I weighed 129, and that I could eat whatever I want. And I danced like that, and I danced like I was already there. I was doing my celebration dance, like, look at me, I am sexy, I am fine, I weigh 129, and I can eat whatever I want. And the thing is, when you are sexy and fine and you weigh 129, the things that you want to eat are good stuff. Because the good stuff makes you feel fantastic. It's just actually a win-win-win. And once you've made that flip and switch in your brain to actually being there, and you see it when you look in that mirror. You just look at your eyes, and then you dance like you're already there. And you see it. And you know what it feels like to already be there. And when you can get into that, ooh, I already know what it feels like to be there. Emotion. If you can capture that emotion for 20 minutes, right? Put your favorite song on 3 times in a row. That's the key to getting everything moving. All right? That's how I did it. And seriously, your body, once you give it permission, it's like, all right, we are sexy and we are fine, and you pick your own number based on how tall and where you should be or where you would like to be. I just, I picked the number that popped into my head that felt good to me. Okay, and then actually I did drop down to that and a couple pounds lower, and then I decided, nope, I liked me a little bit bigger, and at 134 I felt fantastic. that's where I felt good. You know, I didn't feel like a scrawny, too skinny. I felt sexy, beautiful. All right. So this past year and a half, I've been healing. So, and while I've been healing and not been able to be as active as I'd like to be, I put on weight, but wasn't concerned about that because I was going through some emotional and physical healing. So as I did that, I just, you know, the craving for sugar was so intense this last 6 months. I know I'm not the only one. It was bizarre. It was like, it was in the air. Eat sugar, eat sugar, eat sugar. Oh my goodness. So I've been spending the last few days like, whoa, that's enough, that's enough, that's enough. Really dropping it down. And it's like, okay, it's time to, we need to start honoring this beautiful, beautiful, amazing machine that we've been given to operate and take care of. And you know, it's just like a car, it's just like a computer, it's just like a phone, it's just like anything else that you are needing to take care of, because unlike those other objects, you can't just take this one back. You can't just go to the store and get a new one. No. Ironically, some of you are believing that you can replace some of the parts with plastic, but that's not a good idea. No. Au naturel. Au naturel's the way to be. That's what I tell you. I don't use any of those. Anyways. My one advice that I dye my hair. And it's because you guys are so dramatically brainwashed against silver and gray. And like it's a horrible, horrible thing. And it's like, you know, I honestly don't believe silver and gray is horrible. I honestly believe that you have to go through some major shit to get those silver strands. And we should be wearing them with honor badges. Because you know what? You never know what day you get to go. Ironically, I've been coloring and cutting my own hair for the last couple of years. And people are always coming up to me and telling me how much they love the color of my hair. And they're like, where do you go? And I'm like, you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't seem to matter what color I put in here. It's the silver. It always turns to silver and gold. And it's the time I spend outside in the sun. Mother Nature. The more time I spend outside, the better my hair and skin and me feel. I've been wanting to make a video for quite some time, but quite honestly, I mean, I was so pale and ooh. Today's the first day in quite some time I had a smidge of color. So I'm grateful. The sacredness of any celebration is dependent upon the quality of spirit that is present. Okay, the first part is talking about, right, I'm going to read the whole card. This woman is dancing an ancient story, one that has been handed down for centuries. She's acting out this story through her movement by the collaboration of tradition, ritual, and her own spirit. The dance itself sometimes becomes the story. Although unheard and unseen in this image, there are others who are singing and clapping to accompany the dancer. It's a communal celebration focused around a story that's been handed down for many, many generations. For thousands of years, our ancestors, no matter our lineage, celebrated with ritualized storytelling that included singing and dancing. As this image, the dancer's movement brings the tale to kinesthetic life. The participation of the community in this heartfelt enactment helps secure the balance of the people and connects them to their spiritual and ancestral roots. When we celebrate anything in this way, it always touches a deep sense of love, gratitude, and appreciation. It reminds me of drumming, too. One of my most magical meditations was I was drawn to grab one of my canvases and just put on some drumming music and to drum along with it. And it was like the drumming took me out of my body and out of the space, and I was in a grand celebration with some ancestors. I was in a totally different space, and it was magical. And this is it's a very important part, like they say, for a reason. Dance is so powerful. The sacredness of any celebration is dependent upon the quality of spirit that is present. Like I said, when I was dancing in that mirror, I was celebrating my success. The quality of spirit is greater to the degree that you are fully present, with minimal inhibitions about expressing your joy and happiness through physical movement. Be happy. Focus on what you want to celebrate. Oh, this is beautiful. Because that's how I did it, right? Today, before I made this video, the moon was out and shining through the living room window. I turned off all the lights, and it was dancing around the living room. So it was the first time I felt like some energy and some release of some pressure, and it just made me feel better. And I'm like, I'm going to make a video. So I know what I'm talking about. Put on some music and dance, whether slow or fast. Sing a song while you do so. Make one up about what you most have to celebrate. Yeah, make a happy celebration song. See, that's what I did. So the book's just confirming the success that I had doing this. So it worked for other people. It's worked for me. Maybe this is what you needed to hear to help you fast forward your celebrations this year. God's wish is for everyone to enjoy their time on earth. And part of that wish is to celebrate your capacity to be joyous and express it through your body. Whether in private with a small group of friends or at a large communal gathering, let music, song, and dance be a part of your sacred ceremony, regardless of what you are celebrating. For truly, any celebration is sacred. So, the third painting, if you were drawn to that one, the card that comes up for you is biblical. Okay. My cute computer's making lots of noise. I think she does that. Okay, biblical. That's from the past life cards. Biblical. When you read about Jesus, Moses, or other biblical figures, you know that there's more to the story because you were there. Either you were a follower of Jesus or Moses, or you lived in the Holy Land. You may have also had lives alongside other famous biblical figures. As a result, traditional religious interpretations of the Bible stories don't ring true to you. You know in your heart and soul what really happened. As such, you tend to follow your own religious and spiritual path. I know there's a lot of you out here who resonate with this card. If you witness the crucifixion, you may have emotional scarring stemming from the heartbreak and horror that followed your beloved teacher's death. These reactions may have caused you to shut down your spiritual sight, clairvoyance, and other gifts. To reconnect with your God-given abilities, pray for them from the biblical figures to whom you feel most connected. You'll learn that they have forgiven all transgressions and have moved on with their spiritual lives, and they'll help you to do the same. Okay. And the autumn equinox, release, 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 release. There it is. It's coming up again. And I do believe that's the key message in this card. Release. Like the leaves do, at the end of the season. They let go of the leaves, they don't save them. They don't keep them for next year. They let them go because they know they need to put their energy into, the tree needs to put its energy into sleeping, planting new seeds for future, resting in the winter time, right? There's a reason we put on weight in the winter time too. It's just a natural time. It's a natural part of our cycle, okay? So don't go so hard on yourself. When you go hard on yourself, that's not the key to success. The key to success is to dance, celebrate, and to picture success, what it feels like to already be there. Because think about it, a super healthy person isn't walking around going, oh, I feel so deprived. No, they're happy, they're healthy, they're energetic, they look great, they feel great. Are they in the back of their mind going, oh my God, I feel so deprived. Oh, I can't have a smoke or a pizza or blah, 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 or this or that. No, because honestly, when you are that happy, healthy person who likes their clothes, who likes what they're wearing and this and that person doesn't look deprived, doesn't act deprived, doesn't think deprived, doesn't feel deprived. So you have to, listen, who's got lots of money? Hollywood does. Why? Because they're really good at acting. So you have to be a really good actor. You got to get into the part of the role you wish to play. You might as well start acting the part of a healthy, grateful, and abundant being so you can get used to what it's like. Then you don't look like a dork there. Okay. Release, release, release. I think we pretty much got the message. Maybe it's winter autumn. Okay. Release. In many areas of the world, deciduous trees prepare for the winter and conserve their energy by contracting their life force, that is. They release their leaves, which they have required the rays of the sun and the nourishment from the earth in order to maintain their robust growth and appearance. It's not a decision that trees make, at least not in the usual sense. Instead, it's a natural response to the decreasing cycle of light that sets up the gradual and steady release of the tree's leaves. In the wintertime, it makes good sense to, we're going to rest. Well, it's hard to rest when you're carrying around a bunch of luggage and baggage now, isn't it? And that means luggage and baggage of the past, old thoughts, old habits, old beliefs. If you're carrying around the thought that something's difficult or hard, then that's what you're going to get more of, difficult and hard. I still tell people when I'm coaching them, the only time I want to hear you say the word hard is if you're telling me that you got yourself a celebratory hard ice cream cone. Or, some sort of sexual fun time. I can't believe I said that. Anyways, that's what I would say to them. I would say, if you're saying hard, you better be talking about sex or ice cream, or I don't want to hear it. I was going for the funny to make them laugh, but also to remember and catch themselves every time they said something was hard. It's so hard to. It's so hard to. It's a verbal habit which creates a pattern, which creates a belief, which is really the biggest obstacle you got to get over is these limiting beliefs that you've plugged in and programmed for so long. You got to change them. And the way you change them is by implementing new ones. It's just like if you want the computer to run a more efficient program, you don't keep running the old ones, do you? If you want a new program and new graphics to look at, then you got to put in a new program before you get new graphics. And you got to believe and run the new program constantly. And then the computer listens to the program that you run. Does that make sense? Yes. So whatever we think about and believe and talk about, guess what? That's what we become. So do you talk like the person, the reality that you wish to be in? Probably not. Okay. How remarkable it is that these trees, and for that matter, all of Earth's, Mother Earth's children, simply know what to do with the changes in climate. Although these seasonal shifts appear to be a death of sorts, it's only a preparation for the next cycle of life. If any part of a cycle of our life is dying, it means another cycle is beginning. Always. Always. It's called the circle of life. Yes. Whenever one ends, another begins. Once upon a time, you were, floating around and you were in this environment and everything was peachy keen. You just felt like you could expand and grow. You were all alone, but all your needs were taken care of. And you just grew and you grew and you grew. And then poof, one day, that warm, beautiful fluid you were floating around in went away. And your world came to an end. Life as it was would be no more. Oh my God, you're being pushed, you're contracting your life. It is dark, there's a tunnel, and then away there's light, and wow! Now you're born on Earth, then another cycle begins. And supposedly some people have taken a short trip and found out that that's kind of similar to where we go next. We go through a tunnel, and there's a light, and but you don't get to know the rest of the until you're ready for that cycle, right? Just like you didn't get to be into this one until you were ready for it. Who knows where we were before that, right? We're not allowed to remember from one cycle to the next, right? Because you're supposed to be busy living this one. And if you brought all of the other stuff that you've done before with you, then you wouldn't be appreciating this one. It's kind of like, it's just like your computer game. Do you care about the other 354 games you played before this one? Or are you present in this one here and now? Are you thinking about the next 10? Are you thinking about the next levels after this man dies? Are you thinking about the next man? Or are you in this one? See, you are more present in the moment in your computer games than a lot of you are in your own real life. How often are you present? How often are you distracted with the past? Worried about the future? Now is the time to let anything in your life fall away that is no longer useful or needed for the emerging expression of who you are. Allow yourself to gradually shed what has become burdensome and no longer congruent with your soul's purpose. Conserve your energy by allowing yourself more rest while at the same time making preparations for the winter season. Look especially at your material possessions. Time to clean out some clutter. That's been the message. I mean, 2016, it was a completion year, was an ending year, right? So the first few weeks of the beginning year, a lot of us are still releasing, and letting go of some past things. Okay. I say us because I am included in that pile. I'm still doing cleaning, right? And be brutally honest with yourself as you discern which of these items can be given away or somehow released. Okay. Those are your clothes. Are some of your clothing items weighing you down because of emotional things attached to them? It's the message I'm getting. A lot of you need to let go of those. You got to clear out those closets and clear out the memory box. And we need to be doing a lot of forgiving here. Forgiving. And a lot of it, forgiving of the self. Consider shedding relationships that have served their purpose and are no longer viable, as well as work or a job that has become devoid of interest and passion. With release comes a sense of being much lighter, just like the trees that openly bear their nakedness once their leaves have departed and give room for whatever new life is ready to birth following a period of quiet and gestation. So let go of whatever has outlived its purposefulness and trust that something else will take its place. Something else will take its place. Focus on something beautiful taking place of the old things that we have to let go of in the wonder service. So I hope these messages resonate with you, and please give me a thumbs up or a comment or a like, or the best way to help me is to help me build my channel, and that's to subscribe. Thank you, all of you out there who have sent me personal message, who have contacted me for readings or coaching. I appreciate the connection. If it weren't for this laptop and my connection with you, I probably would have been pretty lonely here on the planet for the last little while. So thank you all for reaching out to me and letting me know that what I shared has made a difference in your world. And because that helps me to keep going. Even if one person benefited, it was worth it. Smiles to all of you out there. Till the next time. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. It's me, Dan.